Hi guys, welcome to Grid Live. I'm back this week. It's Andrew Linhart, and I got with me the one and only Jugs. How's it going, sir?
Grid Squad, what's going on, baby? This is Juggernaut 08. We here, we ready. Let's do this.
Should be a real fun night. As our Chiefs owner pointed out earlier to us, he's got two division rival announcers tonight, so this should be a real fun game for me personally, and you as well.
Yeah, I think, it's actually to his advantage. We know his team well. We know what they do well. We see them twice a year. I would like to see what he does under the pressure, though. He knows we're going to talk some mess.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure if you've played the Bengals yet, but I've played the Bengals, and they're a real tough team this year. They stepped it up from last year for sure, and I fully expect the Chiefs to absolutely get slaughtered tonight. I'm going to make an early prediction I'm going to go 41-12.
Oh my goodness, 41-12. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go the opposite way, man. I think the Chiefs are ready. They've got one of those offenses that we haven't seen in a long time. Actually, last time we seen it was back in the day of the 3Bs or the 4Bs back in the Steelers days. They've got the #1 quarterback passing, #1 reception receiver, #3 reception receiver, #1 running back in the league. This team is offensively loaded. If you take John Ross away from the Bengals, that team's looking a little lost.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm ready to watch the Chiefs choke, and I'm fully expecting it to happen. And yes, for those of you in the chat that's wondering, everything did come out all right, and I'm good to go.
Absolutely, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a show. This is two high-powered teams. I'm looking at it like this. Kansas City's coming in riding a 3-game winning streak. The last loss they had, let me see. Oh, that was to the Bengals, 16-30. It was a pretty good game for us. I seen the key to our victory was the run game. Let's see if the Bengals have something like that with Joe Mixon.
And that's definitely going to be the key. If you look at the Bengals offense, they don't excel too much in the pass game, but in the run game, they're 7th overall in the league right now. And I think they're going to be able to do what it takes and get Mixon going. Thus, my extremely bold 41-12 prediction. So,
absolutely, absolutely. Clocking, running the ball. It's all a big part of beating the Chiefs. The Chiefs are such a dynamic offense. You want to keep them off the field as much as possible. This team is also losing Eric Berry to injury, one of their key players, the captain of this team. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they are a dynamic offense. I will give you that. But the thing I see is they're a dynamic passing offense. And I think if you can shut down the pass, I think the Chiefs are pretty much going to be non-existent. They have had a pretty good run game this year, but I've kind of looked into it, and I think a lot of that comes from a handful of good games. So we'll see. I'm hoping for a good game, but underneath it all, I want the Chiefs to just absolutely die tonight. So, all right, looks like we're loading in here to the good old Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio.
With both teams being 9-4 coming into this is really a playoff game. Both teams want to step it up and show everybody what they're made of from the jump. Let's see who comes out punching the other one in the mouth first of all.
All right, well, it looks like the Chiefs are going to get to start first with the ball on offense. Let's see if they decide to bring this out of the end zone. And they do, and he's taking it up about a little past the 20, and he actually does fall across the 25-yard line to the 26-yard line. And the Chiefs will start on offense. What do you expect to see on this first drive, Jugs?
I expect the Chiefs to come out doing nothing but passing. That's all they do. That's their main thing. Francis Tolbert can get the ball too. We'll see what happens.
Well, if you notice, the Chiefs are right off the bat coming out in a 3 wide receiver set, and the Bengals are coming right off the bat in quarters defense, so they're expecting it. And instead, the ball is actually handed off and manages to go about 3 yards. They're 2 yards. Frank Torber there.
Francis Torber, he averaged about 5.7 yards a carry this year. This dude's a tank. He can run you over. He can run around you. He's one of those special backs in this league. Let's see what happens when he meets up with this Bengals defense. There are some hard hitters out there.
Yeah, he's a real solid back. He does frustrate me when we play. It seems like every time my team faces him, there's always one busted run. So we'll see if he has any luck tonight. We got Webb back there in the shotgun. Oh, and we have a false start over there on the left end. That's not what you want to see early in the game for the Bengals. Carlos Dunlap.
Get out that aggressive. Get out of that aggressive. You can't come out here with that. You come out here playing too aggressive. These dudes will do that to you all game.
Yeah, and that's early in the game to be trying that. Personally, you need to feel each other out a little bit. You don't want to come out too aggressive, too hot. You need to feel each other out and see what we're doing first before you come out and try to do something crazy like that. So 2nd and 3. Looks like we're going to come back out in that same formation. Bunch up over there on the right. Webb back there with Torber to his left. And it is another handoff to Torber, who has some running room and does get across the first down marker to the 38-yard line. So 7 yards
Torber's
for the young back
over.
early.
He's one of them dudes that he's a pounder and he's part of the shift team. Watch this kid get busy today. I'm telling you right now, he's one of them backs that cause issues for me all the time.
Yeah, he has that good trucking ability, and he's got a good strength to him, and that's really what I think personally helps, is having a solid strength to go with that truck. All right, Webb steps back, drops back, looks over the center, hits his receiver, got a pretty good game, breaks free, and he's going.
He's out of
the house, 25-20, 15,
hey!
And we're gonna have an early score from the Kansas City Chiefs.
What I tell you about the Kansas City Chiefs, man, you know, it's a testament to our division, man. We're tough out here. The AFC West is showing out. They're diving, trying to tackle this man. He's too fast.
Yeah, I mean, if you look right there, I fully thought we were going to have another run, and Chiefs came out and surprised both me and the Bengals, because the Bengals, I think, were playing run there as well, and they got surprised and didn't pay off for them. So kudos to the Chiefs there on that first drive. 7-0 Chiefs. See if the Bengals can come back and retaliate, or we'll see if they fall flat tonight.
Crazy thing is, that dude that just caught the ball, he's a beast. He's one of them dudes that if he gets a good game this game, a really big game this game, he may lead the league in receiving after this. They got 2 guys that can be 1st and 2nd in receiving yards.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, neither one of them honestly are studs. They're okay, but neither one of them are overly tall. Neither one of them are overly athletic, but they get the job done.
It's route running, baby. If you can't run routes, you can't catch. You're not going to get open to get the ball.
All right, let's see what the Bengals do on their first play of the game here. It looks like it's going to be a handoff to Mixon. Takes it to the right, makes one guy miss, and falls forward for about 7 yards. So not too bad for the first carry for the young back.
Joey's a bad man. I want to see how many tackles he breaks. He's averaging about 7 yards a carry. This dude is a monster. If Joey gets going early, we could have a long day for Kansas City. If he can continue the run game, we'll see the Kansas City Chiefs have to change the game plan.
Yeah, and here we are once again. Little Kessler back there, and it's going to be the shovel option. He's got some room. Oh, my gosh, he throws it right into the Chiefs' hands. And that's definitely not what you want to see if you're a Bengal right now. Does get brought down around the 16-yard line, though. So that's that shovel option is either a beautiful play or a terrible play. And right there, it was a terrible play.
Splash play. That's what kind of play that is, man. We're looking at a team that's coming out here ready to play. They said they're 9-4, we're 9-4. We're representing our division. We're going to show out. We're going to show everybody how it's done.
All right, let's see what the Chiefs can do with the ball right here. A touchdown right here honestly puts the Bengals in a bad place, and it makes my prediction already broken. So Webb steps back. He's got some room. He's got some time, and he hits his receiver across the middle again. And that's back-to-back touchdowns for C.J. Patchett. So
is that Steve Nash or Davis Webb? He's throwing dimes out there. This dude is on fire, man. You can't really mess with this dude unless you get pressure on him, and pressure has to come quick.
I think Eddie might have been listening to my prediction. I think it fired him up a little bit, so that's okay.
It's all right, man. That's just a little division love.
Well, if you're the Bengals now, what's going through your head? Because me personally, I'm thinking I need to stop with the shenanigans and put the ball on the ground and get going on the run game, because that's what's going to win for me.
I mean, it's still early, but you got to stop the bleeding. You got to get out there and make a play. I mean, there's a lot of players for this Bengal team that are very, very, very able to make a play. Let's see if they go to John Ross here. He's got to get a touch or two.
Yeah, Me personally, I'm not a fan of running that good old shovel option on the first pass of the game. I prefer to wait until I can kind of bait the defense into it, and that just didn't work for him there. So here's Kessler in the backfield, little bunch formation to the right.
Watch Ross.
Got some time, and he does indeed hit Ross across the middle. One juke.
What a take.
Can't make the second guy miss. Gets about 9 yards, and it's going to bring him 2nd and inches.
Listen, John Ross is one of the fastest players ever to play in this game. That man's quick off the ball. You got to be with him.
Yeah, there's no one out there faster as far as I'm aware of, unless you look at the yeah, there's no one faster out there. So here we are back in that bunch formation.
Period.
They're going to shift it to the bunch to the left side this time. And you got Ross isolated on the right side by himself.
Ross might get busy here.
Kessler's going, and he dumps
he might
it off
get busy here.
Old man A.J. Green, who jukes one guy out of the
AJ.
socks and gets up to the 45-yard line. A.J. still got it.
When did AJ get that shift team in him? I see him. Nice little shift. Whoop, got him.
Well, I think he lost some speed, so he had to figure something out.
Yeah, AJ trying to look like Victor Cruz with them hips right there. I like that.
All right, we're going to stay in the bunch. Bengals are liking the bunch right now, so let's see what they do. We got Ross isolated on the right side again. Kessler dropping back. Quick little pass to A.J. Green for about 4 or 5 yards. And, hey, right now they're being conservative, making the smart reads and getting the ball off quick, and that's what I like.
You got to feed the veteran. If you don't feed the veteran, then what are you doing? You know, he's out there for a reason. He's one of these battle-tested gentlemen. You got to keep getting him the rock. Now, I want to see what they do when A.J. is a little tired and they got to get the ball to someone else other than Ross.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got Eifert out there still, but he's getting up there in the age as well. And the Bengals, honestly, are kind of an aging team in their wide receiver core, other than Ross. So, stayed in that bunch formation. He's going to flip it all the way down the field to Ross, who does manage to get both his feet in bounds at the 29-yard line.
Get that man some tap shoes. That man got in there and tapped them feet down real good. That man's amazing.
So far, the Bengals have been really digging the bunch formation, and the Chiefs have not had an answer for it. So I think if I'm the Bengals, I probably stay in that, which they do. Come back out in that bunch, and I might look for a run right here if I'm the Bengals, but then again, the box is kind of loaded, so we'll see what they do.
Look for Mixon to get a pass here.
Kessler drops back, flips it to Eifert, who shoves one guy in the face down to the 23-yard line for a nice 6-yard gain.
Talk to the hand with that one. That's nice.
Excuse me. Yeah, Eifert and A.J. Green, they may be up there in age a little bit, but they still get the job done. And here we are back in that bunch formation. I'm pretty sure this entire drive,
live in the bunch.
We've been in the bunch. So Kessler drops back, flips it to Ross on the little crossing route, and he has his legs taken out right there at the 17-yard line. And you got to watch those legs.
Hey, John Ross can get hurt out here, okay? Kansas City is full of big hitters, and he's lucky that Eric Berry's injured, or else that would have been injury.
I think Berry would be on the other side, so I think he would have been okay. But still, there's some big hitters out there. And here we are back in that bunch. Looks like it's going to be a screen to Mixon. Does get the ball off. Gets kind of caught up there around his own offensive line and brought down to 12. So nothing too impressive, but they did get positive yards, which in the grid, that's still a
bummer. That's still a bummer, though. You know you got a screenplay. He didn't see it coming. You want to hit him for a big touchdown or something right there. You need a splash play. It's 14-0. You got to get on the board here.
Yeah, and if I'm being honest, I don't want to settle for 3 right here. You need 7. Here we have a little counter to Mixon, who is just absolutely hit and obliterated right there at the.
I try to tell people. They wonder when my quarterback always hurt, man. This dude is up in here. He's in the backfield every time. Between them and the Chargers, I get hit every time I drop back.
It's always fun to watch a big boy with dreads get out there and watch him move. It's just exciting.
He looks like one of them predators, not the little ones, the big ones.
Those big old ones. All right, here we are. We got Ross over to the right. We got Adams and Green's out right now. And Ross does go in motion, coming across the field, and they are going to flip it to him. Got a little bit of run room. I thought we might have had a face mask there, but no call. Going to bring up a 4th and 2.
It's rough, man. You shut down John Ross, and this team, they go in the fetal position. You know, you can keep them in the 3s if you keep him from getting the ball in big plays.
Yeah, and they did have to settle for 3, so not exactly the results you want from that drive, but points on the board early in the game are crucial. So let's see how Kansas City can respond, because if they can end up getting another touchdown, it's going to get ugly real fast for the Bengals.
Listen, if they score here, this will really become a problem. And they got a hell of a returner back there. So, watch out for that.
Indeed, but, the more I watch these games and do this, I notice that the vast majority that take the ball out of the end zone don't make it to the 25-yard line. So that really makes me question whether or not that's the smart move or not.
It's not, unless you're one of these teams like the Bengals, who have the #1 returner in the league in John Ross. But, we know why.
Very true. And right there, we see Davis Webb go down by McMillan. That's going to be a big 9-yard loss, bringing up a 2nd and 19. And if you're the Bengals, that's exactly what you need to do. Come out here, bring the heat.
You got to do that all game to that man. If you hit that man, he starts to short arm throws or overthrow throws. He gets panicky. Listen, like he'll be tap dancing like Gregory Hines, won't he? I'm telling you, you got to hit that man in order to make plays for your defense and to win this game.
All right, so it looks like we're coming out with a little shotgun here. Torber to the left, and you got to think they're going to go pass here. 2nd and 19. This is not a run. This is not a run play right here. So see what they do. Davis Webb drops back. He's got all day back there, and he just waits and waits and waits. And
man, that's too much time.
Tipped away, yeah.
Them guys, they should have had that interception. They gave him way too much time. You can't give Davis Webb, the #1 passer in the league, that much time when you're trying to come back from 14 down. You got to do something better than that.
Yeah, you got to bring a little bit of pressure, especially when you're coming out in that 2-4-5 double A gap. I mean, that's a formation known for pressure, so you got to utilize it. Webb steps back, a little pressure on him, does flip the ball off, and it's going to be dropped by his receiver right there about the 40-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th and 19 and a punt situation for the Chiefs.
That's a rare drop for the Chiefs. This team has so many guys in the top of the league in receptions. They rarely get any drops, so we'll see that, probably play a little toll on them because they're used to being able to have that as a first down.
All right, looks like McGowan's going to get a chance to have a big return here, but instead the blocking absolutely falls apart on him, and he's brought down there to 37.
Who was even out there? What were they doing? You got to hit somebody, okay? They're not your friends. Hit them. Get them away from your guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's your job. It's what you're paid to do, so do it. But such is life, I suppose. All right, 1 second here in the first quarter, so this will be our last play of the first quarter. And so far, it's been a pretty exciting first quarter.
I agree with you here. Look for Green on this play.
Green does go in motion, ball snap. He's got all day, flips it over there to Sims, it looks like, back there for Mixon, and not much really happens there. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down, and kind of feels like a wasted play. You lost 4 yards, and you lost a down, so.
And it seemed like he had more time than that. He could have let the play develop just a little bit more and got rid of it. I think the pressure is getting to him and making him play a little skittish. Maybe both quarterbacks are going to have to go to, to like yoga or something after this. Get their mind together. This is crazy.
Oh yeah, I was just saying he's got time back there, and as soon as I said it, he flips it out to his running back. So I think, like you said, they're getting a little nervous, they're getting a little antsy. So let's see if that continues or if Kessler can calm down right here.
What you think, Eifert on the turn here?
All right, Kessler under center is play action. He's got some time, but instead he's brought down right there at the 24-yard line by Smith. That's going to be a big sack for the Chiefs. Woo! And a very, very bad sack for the Bengals. 3rd and 24.
Listen, Kessler is not one of them Iron Men. He's not one of them tough guys. He's a game manager. He's not in there to win the game for you behind center. He might even get hurt. That guy's injury rating is not that great. In his 5th year out of USC, I know he's not missed many games, but he also wasn't a great starter from the jump.
No, and you gotta look right here. You gotta think Ross is gonna be your playmaker. You need to try to feed Ross, or maybe look for Green. I would kind of look for a some sort of a post or something deep across the middle of the field right here, based on the defensive formation. Kessler's got some time back there in the pocket, kind of scramble to the right, and he does flip it to Ross, trying to go deep with it, and Ross cannot come down with it. And that's going to bring up 4th and 24. And we do have an injury on the play.
Uh-oh. This will be real big if it's John. Okay, it's not John Ross. I was going to say it'll be real big if this is Ross.
Now, I didn't see anybody go down. It didn't look like Kessler, so could be somewhere on the offensive or defensive line would be my guess.
This game will get real interesting if we see any injuries because both teams are are really dependent on their stars, and I don't know what they will do with backups back there. That was a big hit on that return too.
All right, so here we are, 14-3, and you're the Chiefs. You are in the driver's seat. All you need to do is limit mistakes, keep the ball safe, and just run some clock right here. That's all you need to do. So we got Webb under center. Sets back, hands it to Torber, who's got no run room and manages to kind of fall forward for maybe a yard and a half or so. And it looks like that was the Bengals center, Russ Bodine. So that's a big loss for the Bengals right there.
That's going to hurt them a lot. And let's see how much time they get now. I mean, they may not get any time at all. I'm noticing something here, though. KC has no run game. And you were right. You know, he's either going to have a big game or he's not. But they should definitely keep going back to him. You know, until like one of these big hitters get to him, I think he should get more carries and see if they can run a little clock.
All right, ball snap. Webb steps back. He's got some time in the pocket. Pressure's closing on him, and he gets sacked right there at the 29-yard line by Jordan Willis. And that guy has been an absolute beast in the grid since his rookie season back in 2017.
I like Willis, man. He's one of them players you gotta look out for. If you got a guy like Willis, you got a shot every time because he's gonna give you a lot of effort every time.
Oh yeah, he has the speed to be an outside linebacker, but he has the intangibles and the skill to be that pass rusher right there on the edge. So, all right, Webb steps back, got a little bit of time. He flips it out to that out route and does manage to get both feet down right there at the sideline for a first down. Another injury on the play. First down.
That's ugly, man. That's ugly. The Bengals got to be kicking themselves right now. You can't give up a first down there. You just can't. You know that they like to blitz their corners and safeties a lot. There's a lot of guys on that team that get a lot of sacks from the corner position, but they got to contain. They got to keep it.
And hey, when you need a first down, you need to watch the out routes. Right now, those are popular, and they work. So people are running them. Frank Torber up the middle right there. Manages to get a few yards, nothing too crazy, about 5 yards. And I happened to miss. I didn't catch that injury. I saw the word tear.
Willis. Oh man, that's a huge hit for them. That's huge.
That's not what you want to see, especially after we just praised him a little bit. So I hope they've got some depth right there on that defensive line. If not, this game's probably going to start to get a little bit uglier. So here we got 3 receivers out to the left. Patchett there in the slot. Michael there in the middle.
I've run to that side and see what's going on.
And it is actually a handoff to Torber, who's got some run room. He's got some more run room. Trucks through one guy, and he takes it all the way down. He's going to get brought down.
Get him out of here.
Right there at the 18. And that's what I'm talking about with Torber. You got to watch him. Their run game is just so stagnant, but then he'll bust one big run. And that
but look at what they did there. They see the injury to that side, and they run to that side. That's a smart owner right there. That's a team thinking about what's going on in the game and running accordingly.
All right. Well, fake hand off to Torber right there. Webb has some time. Flips it to his receiver, or his tight end right there.
Oh,
down
nasty.
At the 2. And, the Bengals, they managed to get one stop, but they have not had an answer for this Chiefs offense this half.
Hey, Ward got his brain shifted on that route, man. The tight end got open on a nice little dance move there.
Absolutely. Those little double moves, little juke moves, they seem to be working pretty well for the Chiefs right now. Okay, we got Torber in the backfield, and it is going to be a handoff to Torber, and he has some run room and falls forward and cannot cross that threshold and stop at the 1. So a 2nd and goal from the 1 for the Chiefs. And, this is one of the harder places to score from, honestly. Inside that 5-yard line, you don't have a lot of room to work with. Everybody pinches the defensive line. So
Torber has 12 TDs on the season. They figured it out here in KC.
All right, and it is a handoff to Torber again, who's got nowhere to go and is stuffed at the 1. Once again, bringing up a 3rd and goal. And, hey, this could be a huge defensive stand for the Bengals. Like I'm just saying.
If they can stand here, this can be huge. This could actually save them, because you're going into about the 2-minute warning. You got to make a stand here. If they can keep the stand, this game can stay close.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Bengals get the stop here, hold them to 3. They have 2 minutes to score before half, and then get the ball back after half. So we easily could be looking, if all goes according to plan for the Bengals, we could be looking at a 17-17 ball game after their drive in the first or the second half. So,
yeah, this can be beautiful.
All right, here we got a little tight formation right here. Torber to the right, and it's not going to be a handoff. Going past, and the pressure gets to him. And it's an incomplete pass right there. Bring it 4th and goal. And they do get the stop they need right there.
I would have went for a pitch or a toss play. You know, it seemed like the Bengals were ready for that. The Bengals knew what was going on. They had their game plan ready. You know, and they were in a cover 2. That almost was a perfect time to run up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being honest, the first two rush attempts should have been outside runs because the middle was plugged up, and then that time right there, the middle was open, and they didn't attack it. So I think that's a little play call mistake right there from the Chiefs.
Yeah, and strangely, the Chiefs usually have that. I mean, the first time I had them down there in that area, they just tossed it on me and got inside. So I don't know what the game plan changed, you know, for them this time.
Well, McGowan decides to bring it out, and once again, does not get to the 25-yard line. So one of the biggest takeaways I'm learning is stop taking the ball out of the end zone unless you've got a premier return guy. So let's see what the Bengals can do right here on offense. They've got Ross over to the right, Green to the left, Kessler under center, and it's a little handoff to Ross, who's got some run room, and with that speed, we might have a big play right here. Man. One juke.
That dude is so fast.
Cannot get past the other guy, but hey, that is the kind of play you need if you're the Bengals right here. And that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Speed kills.
1st and 10.
Speed kills, man. I mean, you know, this league isn't predicated on speed. We don't all sit here and try to get the fastest guys in the draft, but that dude is on another level. He doesn't even look like he's running in the same video game.
All right, handoff to Mixon, who's got some run room, and he's got wide open Green in front of him. He has the wheels down to the 10, the 5, and that's your touchdown right there.
It's Joey,
Mixon.
baby. That man, Joe Mixon, out there showing out. Joe Mixon's a dynamic back, man. He catches more passes than their third receiver. This guy's one of those dudes who can do it all. You pitch it to him, you throw it to him, no matter what. You hand it to him, he got it.
And hey, we're right here at a 17-10 ball game. The only thing I don't like about scoring that fast is now you give the Chiefs almost 2 minutes with 3 timeouts. So, and they've been scoring pretty much at will so far. So that's the only thing I don't like about that quick score.
Yeah, look for the Chiefs to try to force it though. They may try to get they may want to score so badly that they force it. If the Chiefs take their time, they got a shot here. But if they force it, it's gonna look bad, and they may throw an interception.
And look at that! Surprise, surprise! They don't get to the 25-yard line. I'm at a loss for words on why teams keep doing it. I mean, yes, you have the opportunity to break a big play, but the risk involved of injury, of fumble, and then of not even getting to the 25-yard line, it's just not worth it. So let's see what the Chiefs can do here.
I got a new game for the viewers. Anytime they don't make it to the yard line, take a shot.
Well, it might be a long night for some guys. A little flip right there, but he has to dive for it, and that's not what you want to see. You want to be able to catch that on the move. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
No yak yards there, man.
All right, so 2nd and 6, and they chose not to call a timeout. Didn't really rush. No need to right now. They're testing out that bunch formation. Webb's got some time back there, only rushing 3, and it is completed right there after he spun around.
Oh, my goodness.
That was Michael right there, and that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. And once again, the Chiefs are moving the ball pretty much at will.
Listen, Jared Michael is one of them guys that he right there, that pass gets him 2 yards away from being the #1 receiver in the league for yards. That's how dynamic this offense is. This is his first catch of the game, and he's right there for #1 in the whole league. This offense is crazy, man.
And what's amazing about him is he doesn't really have speed. He's only 5'9". He's not that impressive, but he gets the job done. And right there, Webb is brought down off that edge. And hey, right there, that's Jordan Willis' replacement, Collier. So that might be
Collier,
some good things.
Collier's filling in pretty good. Let's see what the Chiefs do here though. Do they run a do they run a screen? Do they throw something out there for try to go pressing it downfield? I wouldn't press it downfield. I may even run it just off a base play just to see if these guys are ready for that.
You have to do something. Bengals burned a timeout right there. 2nd and 19. So if you go past here, you could be looking at giving them the ball possibly with 40-45 seconds, which with John Ross on your team, that's plenty of time. Webb's got some time. Ends up scrambling because he got a little bit of run room. He slides right there at the 40-yard line. Bengals timeout, and that's going to make it a 3rd and 11 with 53 seconds left.
We all almost witnessed a death. If Webb would not have slid, we would have had – it wouldn't have been injury. It would have been death. That man was trying to take his head off.
And that's the difference maker. You have you have the good quarterbacks that are aware of the situation and they know to get down. And then you have some of those quarterbacks that they like the risk too much, and that easily could have been a fumble. So here we are, Webb in the backfield with tight slots formation. Webb steps back. He's got a little bit of time. Only Bengals rushing forward. Webb's got all day, and once again, he's going to scramble, and I think he's going to get the first down and more. Slides at the 40 or the 38-yard line, and that's going to bring him a 1st and 10. And, hey, the Chiefs are in scoring range right now.
They just made him look like Michael Vick. What's going on? I can't believe it. The Bengals got to feel like they just they just lost so much momentum with that play alone. Right there, you had a chance to stop this team and make it so you can turn the tide of the game, and now you're in trouble.
All right, well, let's see if Webb can keep the magic going. He's got Torber to his right, Mykelin Patchett out there to the left, and he's once again the Bengals pass rush is a little weak right now. He flips it over to Patchett, I believe, who worked his way down to the 25-yard line, and he just made that look easy.
Easy. And you know the crazy thing is this Bengals pass rush is over there playing pity pat. They over here slapping hands with the offensive linemen. No one's being aggressive. No one's pushing the issue. No one's trying to get to the quarterback. What's going on? Are they throwing the game? Get there, sack him, put some pressure on him. The guy has to hit the ground sometime.
Sadly enough, the right outside linebacker and the right end on that play were both caught up on the left tackle of the Chiefs. So not a good situation. And right there, Webb hits his guy across the middle, and that is Patchett, I believe.
Oh, my goodness.
And I believe that's Patchett's 3rd touchdown of the game.
Listen, this guy's having a game of his life right now. He's he's in number 2 right now in yards for the season. He may take over number 1 the way this defense is letting him dance on him like that. The Bengals just lost a key opportunity here to make this game noose tight on these guys' neck.
And Patchett, prior to this game, only had 3 receiving touchdowns, and I'm pretty sure he's got 3 this game, so that's going to double his season total right now. So let's see if the Bengals decide to take that out of the end zone. And, hey,
you're ready to take a shot.
So we're going to get the Bengals 30 seconds, 1 timeout. If I'm the Bengals, yes, a touchdown would be great, but right now you need to get into field goal position and try to get some points on the board before halftime.
I'm going to say right now, if they're not doubling John Ross, they're crazy.
And there's a deep ball to John Ross, but slightly overthrown, even though he was wide. Not wide, but he did have his man beat.
How do you overthrow the fastest man in the game? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's something that you don't see very often. So I liked the play call there. It was aggressive, and they took advantage of how the defense was set up. So here we are with a 2nd and 10, and the Chiefs are not having any of that again. They dropped way back, so they're not having any of that. Let's see what the Bengals decide to do here. I
respect the drop back. That's smart. That's smart.
All right, a little bit of shift right there by the offense, and it looks like we're going to shift
again.
Watch
for mixing.
I think we're going to see a little bit of mixing, or hey, maybe Ross isolated on the right side over there. Ball is snapped and handed off to Mixon, who's got some run room, shifts up the middle, and I thought we had another face mask, but instead he's brought down at the 33.
Hey, they're getting away with a little bit, man. I don't get it. It's not their home field. That's a lot of mask I see on that play. If we replayed that in slow motion, I guarantee you he's got a fistful of face.
Oh, I don't even think you need slow motion. That was obvious. So I don't know where those refs were looking, but it was not in the right area. So that's a 3rd and 2, no timeout. So you've got to be looking at
19 seconds left. Yeah,
you got to be looking at the sideline right here, unless you want to try to go deep and just 1-play touchdown. But other than that, you need to look at the sideline. So I'd be looking for Ross or Green on the sideline if I were the Chiefs.
They're going for a Sonny Weaver splash play. I guarantee you that.
All right, little fake handoff. Kessler's got some time. Scrambles right, and flips it to Green across the middle of the field, who does catch it with 11 seconds left.
Very nice. Very
nice. Can
they
get to the line of scrimmage and get that ball spiked?
I don't think it's happening.
6 seconds, 5 seconds.
Tick, 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 tick.
They're going to run a play. I don't like this at all.
Oh, they're crazy. They're crazy.
Oh, my gosh. That is an absolute play call and time management disaster by the Bengals.
Listen, I don't know how you blow that. You can't blow that. Call it. You had an opportunity to spike the ball. Just do it. Don't be greedy.
Yeah, you had the time to get up there and spike it. Ransom's going to bring it out of the end zone. Let's see if he gets to the 25. He doesn't even get to the 20, so
okay, people. I need some shots. Shots.
What's your take on this game so far? I mean, it's definitely not what I predicted. What's your opinion?
It's looking a lot like what I was thinking it would look like. I felt like KC coming out of the AFC West, we're just a tougher division than people give us credit for, and they're showing it right now.
All right, here we go. A little play action left tackle sneak, and it does not work. Smith gets a second sack of the game.
Come on, man.
You know, the Bengals started off with a shovel option for their first pass of the game, and then their first pass of the second half is a play action left tackle sneak. So I'm not liking this play calling by the Bengals coach right now.
You just can't run that play. You can't run that play. You've seen what they just did to you when you try to get tricky on that same side. It's going to end badly if you continue to do that.
All right, hand off to Mixon. He's got some run room, makes one guy miss, and is brought down right there at the 33-yard line. Look at that rushing total. 5 rushes,
skates, man.
88 yards, and a touchdown. Why does that man have 5 rushes?
I think the Bengals are just too greedy. They want to force it downfield to John Ross instead of handling it to the workhorse. The workhorse will set you free. Give it to Joe Mixon. Joey, baby.
40% of his rushes have been for 20 yards or more. I think you got to keep doing it. And right there, they do hand it, and it does go nowhere. I didn't like that play call, though. The box was loaded. Don't run it up into a loaded box.
Did they just make us sound stupid just now with that? That was terrible. He just ran for, like, nothing. My son could have ran for more yards than that. What's going on?
All right, 2nd and 10. We got, looks like Jeremy Hill in the backfield, and it is going to be a handoff to Hill, who once again goes nowhere. So, hey, maybe they should hand the ball off less. I don't know.
You know what? I can't tell you right now. It looks like they keep running at Smith, too. Smith's all over the field. Get out of there with that. Go to the other side. See what you can get.
All right, 3rd and 10, and you know if you're the Chiefs, they've got to attack you in the air right here. There's no run. There's no run coming. It's going to be a pass. So 3rd and 10, Kessler under center.
You got John Ross
by himself on that right side. And it's going to be a fake handoff to Hill. And he's going to roll out to the left. Looked a little lost there for a second. Does flip it to Ross for the first down. We do have an injury on the play.
How do you not double Ross every time he drops back on 3rd down? Every time. That's how you win.
You got to at least shadow him and make him a priority. And right now, I don't feel like the Chiefs are making him a priority. All right, we got Hill in the backfield, and he shoves through one guy, and he's got some green in front of him, but is brought down from behind at the 34-yard line.
Man, he had it. It's just he doesn't have the breakaway speed that he once had. You know, he's gonna regret that one. He needed that one.
All right, well, hey, that's exactly what you need if you're the Bengals. You have to have a touchdown right here, in my opinion. And moving the chains is what's working right now. Hand off to Mixon, who runs up the middle into a loaded box again and is brought down to 31. And there we have the Bengals left tackle going down as well. So now the Bengals are down their center and their left tackle. So
I don't think they can pass protect anymore. They can't run block anymore. I don't see what their options are other than just pray.
Well, they've definitely got to run to the right. There's no running to the left anymore. And Mixon's brought down there as they run to the right for a loss of a yard. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. And
it didn't seem like he followed his block there either. It seemed like his block wasn't even engaged, and he's trying to get around him. He should have let the offensive lineman get in front of him and then work off that.
Yep. And so far, the Bengals have been pretty stellar on 3rd down. So let's see if they can continue that pattern. I would look for A.J. Green on the left by himself, wide open over there. So
it's going to be A.J. or John Ross.
Kessler has some time, flipped it to Ross for the first down and some more as he breaks out one tackle. And he's got some speed, he's got some wheels, and he gets across the end zone.
He's so fast. Oh, my God.
For the touchdown.
This dude is the Flash. I mean, come on. Is that Barry Allen? I mean, who are we talking about here? This dude, number 15, John Ross, out of the University of Washington, the Dogs. He's a beast. I mean, what more can you say about it?
Flash, 100-yard dash. I mean, that should be his nickname. He's elusive. He's fast. He's got what it takes to succeed here in the grid, and that's what he's done his entire career so far. So here we have a kickoff to the Chiefs, and let's see if they decide to bring it out of the end zone.
More shots.
And they do. Get it across the 20, and oh my gosh, they get to the 26-yard line. So, hey, if you're still listening, no shots. And for those of you guys that went over to NBL Live, Enjoy. We'll be there shortly.
Enjoy. I'm gonna say it like this: if they don't cross the line, I take the shot. Oh no, I'll take the shot if they cross the line. The viewers got to take the shot if they don't. That'll be the new deal.
I got a bottle of Jaeger down here, so let's go.
Oh, I got the tequila at the house, and my woman likes the Ciroc. She'll shoot it with me.
I can't do tequila. Whew. All right, 1st and 10. So we got a real spread out formation right here. Davis Webb's taking his sweet time as he sends, I believe, Michael in motion. Hands off to Torber, who shoves one through.
Oh, my goodness.
My God. Shoves through one guy and just barrels his way to the 32-yard line.
People wonder why this dude is one of the best backs in the league. And, you know, he doesn't even get fed that much. And when he does, he's a beast. But it's like, if they fed him more, this dude would be on another level.
You know, I want to agree, but I think the Chiefs have a real healthy distribution with their run in the pass. I think if you fed him more, you might actually get some negative results from it. I like what they've been doing this game. Back to that bunch formation on the right. Torber to the left. Webb drops back, has a little bit of time. As that Bengals pass rush can't seem to do anything. Flips it to, I believe that's Michael. And he does get across the first yard marker all the way to the 38. And so far, the Bengals have not had an answer for that Chiefs offense.
Is one of these receivers that I look at and I see nothing special, but every time I play him, he torches me. One of these dudes that you just hate to see on the other side of you.
Back in the bunch, and it is going to be a handoff to Torber, who's got some green in front of him, and he shoves through one guy, and he's going to take it to the house. There's the 25, the 20, and we have Torber with, I believe,
you can't do nothing with that man. That man fast looking like he out there out running corners.
Yeah, he just embarrassed pretty much the entire Bengals secondary right there. And here we are with a 31-17 game, and this game is not over by no means. But if you're the Bengals,
it's not over.
You have absolutely got to come back out and score. If you don't score here as the Bengals, I'm going to call it. It is over. So,
but with Kessler as your game-managing quarterback that seems to figure out how to overthrow the fastest player in the world, you may not have a chance here unless you really get some big splash plays, holla at Sonny Weaver, and get the game rolling in your direction. The momentum was there. You lost it by playing silly on 3rd down.
All right, and he decided to bring it out of the end zone and failed to get to that 25-yard line. So there we are. Once again, doesn't work. All right, well, the Bengals need to move, and they need to move fast. If you look at the total offense right now, honestly, they have very similar total yardage. It's just the fact that the Chiefs have capitalized on not only field position, but on a little bit of time management. Flipped it to Charles Sims right there.
Let's see what they do with Sims.
And
oh man,
does get brought down, but he does get the first down, so nothing too
those
bad
kind of
there.
hits are going to those kind of hits hurt the corner. Sims is a big guy.
You know, one thing I'm not sure if the Chiefs is realizing it yet, but so far, Sims has only been in the backfield twice, and he has 2 receptions. So, kind of something to look for. If you see Sims back there, there is Sims in the backfield again, and you got to think it's going to be a pass play. They're not going to run with Sims when they have Hill and Mixon. So there's. Flips it to Ross, who's got some run room and can't break the tackle, but does crawl across that first down marker.
I mean, how many times you got to see John Ross in motion or on a drag and not know he's going to get the ball? You got to go down there and play protection. This dude he's on fire every time he touches it. You just got to know it's coming.
Yeah, you need to make him beat you with somebody other than John Ross. All right, Kessler in the backfield, Sims to the left, so you got to know it's a pass play once again. Ross in motion. And Kessler's got some time back in the pocket, and once again flips it to Ross on that little crossing route after he goes in motion.
The play calling is very similar, man. You stop 15, and this team is not that good. Not disrespecting them, it's just they're not that good without having John Ross get the ball for 20 to 30 yards every time he touches it.
Oh no, they totally rely on on Ross, and he's definitely the guy you got to stop. Ross once again is going in motion, and if you're that Chiefs defense, you got to be aware. Flips it to Sims over there on the left side and doesn't manage to get the first down, but does bring up a 3rd and short for the Bengals.
I think Sims is going to drop one of those. Sims, his ball security is not to my liking. I think he's going to drop one.
Yeah, he is a good pass catching back. I'll give him that, but He's been out there pretty much this whole drive, and for a back that doesn't see a lot of game action, that stamina's got to be going down on him. So if you're the Bengals, you might think about taking him out, which they do actually right here, and they bring Mixon back in.
Yeah, so and he's been getting nothing but big hits. Nothing but big hits.
All right, I would look for A.J. Green, and they do look for A.J. Green right there on that quick little in route. Do get the first down and cross that 50-yard marker to 42.
It's good to see somebody other than 15 getting the rock. A.J. Green, 578 yards with 3 touchdowns to start this game. Let's see if he can get in the end zone here. We love A.J. Green.
A.J. Green's one of those wide receivers that nobody can hate.
No, not unless you're a corner. Not unless you're a corner.
All right, Kessler doesn't like what he sees, so makes a quick adjustment. Josh back, and he flips it right into the Chiefs linebacker.
Oh, my goodness. You can't force it, man. He seen you and went to AJ. You had some success, and he knew you were going to throw it there, so he just waited. He lurked. He got his interception. I think that's his fifth interception on the year. You know, you got to be mindful of who you're throwing at there.
And that is the absolute last thing you can have happen if you're the Bengals. Hand off to Torber, who is absolutely just brought down by the face. The helmet, Torber, I'm not even sure that was.
Are the refs blind today? Is it sunny out? No one's getting face mask calls? That's all we've been seeing all game.
Maybe Sonny Weaver's over there on the sideline and the sun's glaring off his head. I don't know.
Hey, I love Sonny's bald head. Splash play Sonny, man. Holla at us.
Hashtag Sonny wins. All right, here we go. So we're going to come out. We got Patchett and Michael there. Split out left and right. Webb under center. And looks like Patchett's going in motion. Webb steps back. And he's going to flip it to Patchett there on that crossing route. And Patchett's going to cross the first down marker and manage to get another yard or two. But be brought down to 45.
How does he get that open? This guy is, I mean, if you're the Bengals, you know what look you're seeing. You see someone in motion, you know they're about to drag it on you, or they're going to get right across on you. You know what's coming. You do it all game. You got to be able to stop it.
Yeah, honestly, both of these teams have had a very similar approach to their offense. So they should be good at stopping it, yet they're not.
It's beautiful to see them actually handing the ball off, though. Even though they didn't get any yards. I mean, he's got 113 yards and a touchdown. The league's #1 rusher is, again, putting on a decent showing. He needs a couple more handoffs to be great.
All right, Webb hands off to Torber, who kind of stumbles right there at the handoff and ends up losing a yard on the play for a 3rd and 11 situation now.
If Kansas City can just continue to pound the rock and or get some first downs, this game is officially over. The Bengals have tried. They've done everything. I think they're going to start blitzing corners, and that can get ugly for them because Kansas City will chop that up.
Yeah, I mean, 5 minutes left in this game. You're looking at a 2-possession game. If you're the Chiefs, some points would be nice right here to make it a 3-possession. But best or worst case scenario, you punt the ball, pin him deep, and you play defense. Pass right there, and he falls forward, and I believe he is stopped just short of that first down marker.
Yeah,
and he is.
He didn't get it. He
for
didn't
a 4th
get it,
and 1,
no.
and it looks like he may be injured. And I believe that's their tight end.
That's 89. That's C.J. Patchett, isn't it?
Was that Patchett?
Yeah, that's Patchett. That hurts them. That hurts them. Patchett, he's one of the most dynamic receivers in the league. You can't lose that dude for a prolonged time when you're if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, even though you do have Chris Conley, who is a beast.
Yeah, we haven't even heard Chris Conley's name today, so kind of surprised by that. All right, here's a punt, and let's see what the Bengals' John Ross can do. And it's deep in the end zone, and I can't see him taking this out.
John Ross is so fast that I'd probably take it out every time if I had him. Thank goodness I don't got him, because there'd be a lot of points scored on me for doing that.
All right, I don't like the dancing around in the end zone like that, but hey, no harm, no foul. So here we go. If you're the Bengals, you cannot have a turnover here, and you have to have a score. You did a good job holding the Chiefs' offense, so now respond.
I think that's a good look for the Chiefs. You just seen John Ross dance around back there. He's juking and jiving. Guess what? He's a little bit tired. That means if he does get the ball, you lay the hammer, he may go down for a couple plays. Then what are the Bengals going to do?
All right, we got Mixon in the backfield, and it's going to be a fake handoff to Mixon. And he's got Eifert on the left side, but he waited too long. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, come on.
I'm not sure what that linebacker was doing. I thought we might have had an interception there, but instead he misplays it, and Eifert gets the first down in a 20-yard gain.
He just waves at the ball. He looks at it. He said, "Hey, ball, how you doing?" "Oh, yeah, go to the guy that was defending. Go ahead. He's going to get first down. I know." Come on, defense.
Yeah, that was bad. I mean, I thought Kessler waited too long to throw that, and in reality he did, but it still worked out for him. So here we go. We got Ross to the right, Green to the left. A little eye formation right here. Let's see what we see. He's not like what he sees, making some adjustments, and it's going to be another fake handoff to Mixon, who picks up a great block right there, but the heat comes through.
The heat is on.
And that was Patchett, elbow sprain, so nothing serious. But now we have a 2nd and 20.
I wouldn't even play Patchett for the rest of the game. That's just me. You know, I also don't win as many games as these guys, so who knows? But I just let Patchett just chill, you know, probably even take a day off. Go ahead, take a day off, buddy.
You got to get him rested. I mean, right now you are leading the AFC West, and realistically, the Chargers have been struggling lately. So the West is pretty much yours unless you mess it up. So you need to protect your assets. Let's see what the Bengals decide to do here. Kessler drops back.
Let's see what they do here.
Green across the middle of the field, and he does come down. Not Green, sorry, that's Adams. Who does come down at the 45-yard line. We have another injury on the play. And that's a very similar play to what we just saw. And it worked for him there. So,
see, anytime I see an injury like that, I'm always wondering, you know, what happened? You know, why are my guys going down like flies? You know, you might want to play some subs because it's looking rough.
Yeah. You got to think that's either on the offensive or defensive line. And if that's on the Bengals offensive line, again, it's going to get real ugly real quick. Handoff to Mixon. He's got a little bit of run room, brought down by the face mask. For a no-call situation once again. Going to run some no huddle here.
Coach just got to tell him, grab the face mask every time, and they're not calling it.
Another handoff to Mixon, who cannot push forward. He can't do that Torber. And that's Smith. Shoulder strain. That's a big loss for the Chiefs.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not sure right there, but on that last run, everything happened kind of quick. It kind of appeared that Mixon grabbed his quad. So I'm not sure if Mixon got hurt there or if that was just my eyes deceiving me. So we'll see.
Listen, Mixon needs to leave the game, live to fight another day. That guy is hurting. I don't condone giving up too much, but that definitely is not the guy you want to lose.
Now, they got Jeremy Hill back there right now. Green to the left. I'm going to look for Ross on some sort of a crossing route right here.
Ross. We know Ross is getting it. If Ross doesn't get it, then it'll be a surprise to me.
Kessler making some changes up there on that line of scrimmage. Let's see what can happen right here. Taking his sweet time back there. And ball snap. Fake handoff to Hill. And throws it almost into coverage, but it does happen to go into the hands of his tight end.
Wow.
For a first down and more.
Wow.
You see a little no huddle action right here. I don't like that pass. That was scary.
See, they're trying to speed it up here. I don't think they're gonna succeed with this because even though you're trying to speed it up, I think the defense has your number. They may get a sack here.
All right, and you pretty much called it perfectly. I mean, that 2-4-5 double A gap is known for bringing pressure, and in those no huddle situations, you got to watch that mid blitz.
Absolutely, and if you don't, you end up just like that. Kessler on the ground. You don't have the offensive line right now to run that kind of play.
All right, so 2nd and 16, a field goal does nothing for you. So they have to find their way into the end zone. And they are going to spread Ross out wide to the right, which I do like. Put him one-on-one over there with Marcus Peters, I believe.
They might go deep, and Peters might get this.
And I believe he had Ross for a second, but he decides to flip it to Hill, who trucks through one guy.
Wow.
And takes it all the way down to the 16, which is a big play. And right there's Mixon with an ankle sprain. So they are out. Mixon is out for the game, it looks like. So Jeremy Hill has to carry it.
Hill needs this game. Hill's trying to audition for other teams right now. If that man's contract is about to expire, he can come over to Denver. We'd love to have him.
All right, 3rd and 7. And, this is 4-down territory, so you don't need a first down right here. You just need to gain some yards. Hand it off to Sims, who does run for the first time this game, and manages to gain 2 yards, bringing up a 4th and 5.
Wait, we seen a Sims run? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't like that play call right there. Not on a 3rd and 7. You don't hand the ball off to Charles Sims.
No, you go back to what's doing you well. I understand, I started off the game telling everybody they have to run to win, but now down as much as you're down, you got to do something different, baby. You got to do something.
And if you're gonna run, don't run with Charles Sims. So, all right, Kessler drops back, and he's gonna flip it to Eifert, who scrapes across the first down marker and dives out of bounds at the 3. But the clock keeps running down to the 2-minute warning, and
Eifert,
I'm not sure if he was.
Oh my goodness. I thought he was out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was touched or something. I don't know. Maybe that knee came down inside the out of bounds marker.
And you can tell Eifert's change. Eifert looked at that. He seen a corner, and what did he do? He dove like a punk. Why don't you just run him over? Truck stick that man. Get him out of here, coach.
I'm gonna argue that I like the dive move. I'm a little confused right now. 1st and goal, and we're taking a knee.
Time out. We gotta relax. What just happened?
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
I think he's choosing to live and fight another day.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on right now. I've never seen a team trying to come back take a knee on 1st and goal from the 5 or from the 3 actually. So here we are, 2nd and goal, and
wow.
And we're coming out and running the play, so I'm not sure what that was. Maybe they're teaching
a glitch.
Kessler. Sorry, right there. We do have a touchdown to AJ Green.
Nice.
That was the absolute weirdest sequence of plays. I'm confused by that.
They drew it up just like that. Dot.
Well, Darce in the chat does say maybe he wanted more space to pass, and maybe that's a possibility. I can think of other ways to accomplish that than taking a knee, but hey,
yeah,
worked.
He could have tried his absolute trash run game right there, and they would have lost some yards for him.
Yeah, I'm confused by it, but hey, it worked, so no harm, no foul. Chiefs take it out of the end zone, and once again, don't get to the 25-yard line. So hey, if you're still in that chat listening, you know what that means.
Shots, baby. Let's go. I know this chat is rated PG-13, so for all the underage guys, get you some a glass of lemonade, some orange juice, and let's have fun.
Or some earmuffs. It's whatever.
Yeah, that too. So, looking at this game could be in the bag if the Kansas City Chiefs play smart and protect the ball. If they mess up here, though, we got ourselves a game. We might have overtime.
All right, and the Chiefs go to a pass, which I do not like the pass, but they have all day. Webb scrambles left. Why? He's got some run room. He's going to manage to get up there out of bounds and bring up 2nd and 2, I believe. 2nd and 3. Kind of confused by the play calls, but hey, it's working right now. So,
it's crazy because Webb's not the fastest guy. He's not fast at all. But he's looking like $1 million out there against this Bengals defense.
No, and he should have slid instead of running out of bounds. So I'm kind of confused by that. But there they hand off to Torber, who loses a yard, and now we have a 3rd and 4. And you allowed the Bengals to keep a timeout by running out of bounds.
It can you hear that? I hear it. It's momentum. It's starting to shift. If these guys screw up, this is going to be an epic fail if they don't get out here and convert on 3rd down. Straight up.
In my opinion, if they don't convert, and if the Bengals somehow win this game, it's all going to come back to that play right there where Webb ran out of bounds, because that's going to give the Bengals an extra timeout. And just poor time management. Webb drops back.
Absolutely.
Assessing the field, flips it to the middle, and does have his receiver, and that should seal the game.
See,
as he gets to the 45-yard line.
That play never works for old Jug, but there goes a play that is money. And that man, he just won the game for his team. I think Cincinnati, they have one more timeout. That's not enough, baby.
Yeah, and that was Chris Conley, and that was actually his 2nd reception of the game. So he may not be called out often, but he comes in clutch when you need him.
Well, let's look at it like this. Chris Conley's one of those guys who doesn't get very many targets, but he's number 2 in the league in touchdowns. The guy's a very, very, very interesting case. He's got 35 catches for 9 touchdowns on the year. The dude's not one of those guys who you're looking to win you the game on yards. He's just going to get you the big play to win it.
All right, and with that kneel, they can take the clock down all the way to about 35, 40 seconds, and pretty much knee it. Yeah, I mean, realistically, the Bengals are looking at maybe getting the ball back with. Actually, I think they can kneel it all the way out and run the game out.
It's over, man. It's over.
They can run this out. So
let's look at it like this: the Bengals go down to 9-5. KC goes up to 10-4. Looking at the way the Bengals just lost, are they even posing any kind of threat to those Browns who are undefeated right now?
I don't think they are. If we're being honest, I think the Bengals slip out of the playoffs altogether. There's too many good teams in the AFC. Someone's going to overtake them, especially if they can't figure out how to run an offense unless they use John Ross. I mean, they got to figure something out.
It's John Ross or bust, man. John Ross or bust. What are you looking at for your player of the game?
This is tough, but I mean, you look at Webb. Davis Webb had a great game, but I gotta think Patchett. 3 touchdowns. I'm not sure of his exact yardage. He went down late in the third quarter, I believe, so didn't even play the fourth quarter. But Patchett's probably one of my leading candidates.
That's for me. I think that it's definitely Davis Webb. He had so many big runs with his feet, and then great passes where he just took his time and just darted them out. I feel like the Bengals are, their defensive coordinator is kicking himself right now.
Very true. Yeah, I did not take into consideration Webb's ability to keep the game going and keep the chains moving, extended plays with his legs, and so I'll agree with you there. We'll definitely hand that game ball to Webb today, but I do want to give a little asterisk, a little secondary honorable mention to Patchett, because he had a heck of a game himself.
Patchett balled out. I just want to make sure we give out one more grid squad, and shout out to the AFC West. Great job winning. Both teams played hard. Good game, fellas.
Yeah, and if you're still in that chat, head on over to twitch.tv/NBL Network and check out NBL Live, because it's going on right now. That's where I'm headed. So this is Andrew.
Get in the chat,
Grid Live,
fellas.
and we're signing off.